And that's maybe what caused this.
But 3 days or for 3 weeks?
Right.
So is a flight path change? Because like there's very specific flight
It's the same.
paths.
It's the same plane.
Just back and forth. We got to get rid of it. We got to get rid of it.
Some pilot just like, I hate someone in this town. I'm gonna keep dumping
my
the toilets
ex-wife's
on
house.
You may take all my money, but I'm gonna dump all over you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mysterious Pals. My name is Chris, and I'm here this week to talk about something with Jordan, my buddy, who's also here. Jordan, welcome to the show.
Hi, Chris. Welcome,
Hi.
Mysterious Pals.
Mysterious Pals. You calling me that?
No, everybody.
Okay.
You.
Oh, welcome
Everyone listening
to the Mysterious Pals at home.
Yeah.
For those that are at home or who can't be with us today, welcome to the show.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Those out in the ether. Maybe they
those
tune
5
in.
of you.
Yeah. Well, hopefully more, but in the future. Hello, future people.
People of the future.
People in the future finding
Hello.
this on my hard drive that I threw in a garbage in a landfill. Anyway, this week, Jordan is taking us on a journey. Jordan, where the hell are we going this week? I have no clue because I didn't ask you, so I'm going to be surprised as hell.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna start it this way. You know, in like science fiction movies, it's like might be like say it's like deals with aliens, okay? And right before like this alien thing happens, there's like a scientist who's like, "What's this thing over here? Like an egg or like some blob thing?" Like, I'm gonna go touch it and put my face near it. It's like you know, they're like, "Let's decide to mess with this thing." Does it ever end well?
I don't think so. I no.
Any alien movies or like any of these?
Maybe the bad ones, or the really good ones, like that they don't end well. Is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, it doesn't end well for the people. Like they're like,
it always ends badly.
What's this weird substance or thing that's out of this world? And like they go to decide to touch it and ends up like sucking on their face or killing everybody or
sucking on your face,
unleashing hell upon the earth.
Yeah. Well, I think it always ends poorly, but I think that's by design. If it didn't,
Sure.
we'd be like, "Oh wow, this movie sucks."
Well, yeah, of course, it's part of the story,
Yeah.
but we're kind of dealing with something like that today.
So, how often do you think that actually happens in real life?
Never.
You think? like once in a while, someone's like,
"What's this thing over here?"
Because there's like that story about the I think it was like an atom bomb. It was like so it was a nuclear device. It was some research facility, and they were in America. I think it was probably like California or something. But they were working on this they're working with this radioactive material, and they have these shielding material. And the guy was the scientist was just really cocky, and so he like ended up just like hitting something incorrectly. Like he pushed something fell over incorrectly when he was dealing some work with the core that was radioactive as hell, and it like he knocked something over and basically just like everybody in the room got exposed, like deadly radiation. They all died, and his hand instantly like got radioactive and like fell off or something. Like it's crazy. There's stories on the internet about it. Like
this really
there's
happened.
videos. Yeah, there's videos on like the internet about it.
It sounds like something from a movie.
Yeah, but like that's like the only time I've ever heard that actually happening for real.
From
what I understand, if someone wants to correct me, I would love to hear it.
We love it.
I'm pointing the wrong. Put it in the thingies, in the comments, or email us in.
Yeah, but it never ends well, right?
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't.
Unless you're
just
down
leave
with
it.
that.
Like if you don't know, I mean, that's that guy. I mean, that guy knew what he was doing. He's just cocky. But if you come across something like this that looks
gross,
strange, gross, you don't know what it is, leave it alone. Find
that's
somebody who knows what it is.
Nature.
Like, for sure, curiosity.
I'm just like poking everything in these nowadays.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Did it?
Thing.
What cat?
A cat.
I don't want a cat to die.
Well,
you sure it wasn't like a
cat
human?
dies in this?
Oh crap!
It's.
Oh great!
I'll
really turned the corner
I'll
on this
zip right
channel.
through it though.
Yeah.
All right. So our mystery this week takes us to Oakville, Washington, US of A.
The state of Washington?
Yep.
Okay.
For those who don't know, Washington is a western state along the coast of the Pacific Ocean. At the time of this incident, Oakville had 665 residents, so it's a small town, with 52 inches of rainfall a year, raining 40% of the time.
Oh, gross.
Washington, that's what happens. That they got a lot of rain and a lot of serial killers out there.
Really?
Apparently, yeah. Where like a lot of the big serial killers come from, I think. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's true.
Pressing as hell.
Yeah. So this rainfall is over the United States national average of 38 inches per year. So this isn't a weather podcast, by the way. I'm just pertinent.
Do they have those?
That'd be funny.
Like a
But
weather
it's pertinent to the
podcast?
episode.
So wait. Okay. Do you think do you think too much water turns you into a serial killer? That's what you're trying to say?
Maybe it's just like the drabness of it. There's no sun. There's like, I don't know.
And
Man.
a lot
I'm
of
just
them come
throwing
from
this out there. I
California,
have
too.
no idea.
Well,
Or-
like there's a bunch
I
there.
think so, yeah.
It's probably somewhere like Montana or someone crazy like that. Like most serial killers come from Alabama or something. Like it's like because something weird that would come up, like some weird fact.
Yeah.
I'll look that up. You keep going.
Okay.
I'm interested.
Late night or early morning hours, depending on how you look at this, of August 7th, 1994, an unusual occurrence happened in the small rural town
Of Oakville.
in Washington State. Police officer David Lacey was on patrol driving at 3 a.m. when it started to rain. Again, this is not uncommon. This is Washington State. As Lacey turned on his windshield wipers or windscreen wipers for those in the old U of K or Australia.
UFK?
UK.
Okay. You have a US of K.
Well, U of K would have been the University of Kentucky.
Those 4 people that say screen or whatever.
Windscreen for those people in England or Australia. He noticed the wipers were only smudging and smearing this rain, quotation marks, for those.
Not viewing from
Yeah,
home.
not viewing.
He quoted it.
It was only smearing and smudging this rain on his windshield to a point where he could barely see. Being a responsible driver, he decided to pull over to a gas station or petrol station, and for those across the pond, to inspect the substance. Putting on latex gloves. See, I like this. He's like, I'm not going to touch this thing. I'm going to put some gloves on at least first. Go ahead.
I just typed in what state do the most windscreens come from?
None of these states.
Yeah.
On the US&A.
Yeah, we don't
Wind fields. It sounds cooler.
bleed red, blue, and green. Wait, red, white, and blue.
Red, blue,
I don't know. These colors don't run down the windscreen.
So he puts on latex gloves. I commend him for that. He's like, I'm not going to touch this weird thing with my bare hands. He puts the gloves on, decides to touch the substance on his windshield. What he touched was no regular rain, but a gelatinous substance he compared to Jello. The old Jello.
Who's from our childhood? Who's the guy
Yeah,
that
well,
really pushed that on us? I never really liked Jello. That tastes like garbage. Like sugary water. Like, hey kids, here's some sugary water. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm good, bro. Give me something with like
Jello
chocolate.
shots are fun. Well, what was a chocolate one? There's a
Well, yeah, but it's chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
But I'm
But
talking
Jell-O
about
made it.
Jello.
yeah.
Well, that's just a brand.
That's part of the Jello
But
umbrella.
like
isn't it?
actual Jello, like your Nana made.
Oh yeah.
Like Nana can, and then she put like pretzels in it. I'm like, Nana, just
Or like
What are
I
you
don't like when I
doing?
get like hard on the top.
no,
It's
it's gross.
gross, yeah.
Jello in general, Jello as a dessert, gross.
Jello shots are good.
I don't really think so. Maybe
Have you ever done a Jello shot?
yes. They've always been like not made correctly. Like there's way too much crap floating on the top, or
There's pretzels in it.
Yeah.
Pretzels and
again,
marshmallows.
someone let us know if you think Jello is good because it's an old person thing. It's like Werther's Originals.
Those originals are pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I can't eat them because there's milk in them. Yeah, but I think Jello is just like it's like such an old person thing, like hardtack candy. It's like it's just a
Yeah.
thing. It's like, hey, we had sugar and water or whatever.
all they had.
How do they put that together? How does Jello made?
Isn't it like something to do with like horses in Jello?
Like they're like that. Isn't that gum?
Yeah, it's gum I'm thinking of. Anyways, he's compared this substance to Jello. You notice it could be squished easily between his fingers.
Ew.
Within 24 hours, Officer Lacey became violently ill with flu-like symptoms. He had trouble breathing. He wouldn't be the only one before this mysterious event concluded several weeks later. So this went on for a significant amount of time. This mysterious event, which we'll be discussing in today's episode, became known as the Oakville Blobs.
Oakville Blobs. Is there like a movie about a blob?
I think
Wes
it-
Craven
I
or
think it's
something?
called something. It's called the Blob.
What's
There's
the
a
thing
movie.
up in Canada? It's like up in Alaska or something, or
Huh?
North Pole. Like a famous movie, Wes Craven or some horror movie.
Oh, the Thing.
Isn't that a blob?
No.
What is it?
It's the thing. Some alien thing. They can like
Oh.
mimic people.
Oh, that's dumb.
It's actually a really good movie.
I thought it was like a swamp thing.
There is a movie called The Blob.
Is that good?
I've never seen it.
Okay.
There's been a bunch of them though. First one came out in 1958 apparently.
Are
Came
you
from another
serious?
planet. It was an alien.
So how about this? This is a stupid metric, but proportionally to its population, Alaska is without a doubt the most popular state among serial killers.
Well, to go there and probably kill people, maybe.
15.65 serial killers per 1 million
Oh,
inhabitants.
geez. Okay.
But that's like because like they have a low population. Dumb. I hate this metric.
You know, a lot of people go to Alaska anyways. They escape something. Like they just want to like running away from something.
I mean, I think
Or
Alaska.
good or bad. They're just like, I just want to get away out of society. Or they're like, I'm running from.
I would think that'd be like somewhere hot nowadays, but
Well, maybe I know old people like to go to Florida, but like I'm talking about like people
escaping, yeah,
people.
escaping life. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think if you went to Alaska, why would you just go to Canada then?
May as well at that point.
If you're like escaping something bad,
Yeah. I mean, it also depends on where in Canada you want to go.
and I think a lot of
Or
it's
wilderness.
frozen. I don't think like all the time, but like I've watched Ice Road Truckers a few times. I know,
I know enough about Canada
Yeah.
because of that. There we go. Oakville Blob. So I've a weird raining thing falling onto the earth. I've kind of done something like this before. We did that one episode with our friend Jeff of Bethlehem, the old
The
Kentucky meat shower.
meat showers. Yeah.
Yeah.
A favorite type of shower.
But this not only differs in what transpired, but how many people actually witnessed this event. The Kentucky meat shower was only witnessed by 2 to 3 people tops. This is like, remember, it was like a
Yeah, it was like some
Woman in,
lady
like, her-
making it up.
and her grandson were like, meat's falling.
Yeah.
There's one small area. It was a brief event. Plus, it was obviously meat. While this event was witnessed by an entire community over 20 square miles and occurred 5 to 6 times and went on for weeks. It wasn't just one person like, I saw something fall. Like
this
multiple
goo was-
people saw this thing happen. And went on for 5 to 6 times for multiple weeks.
Wasn't it sure the guy just flying his like plane over being like throwing stuff down, you know, like buckets of it.
What was
I
that
don't know.
gesture? What was that
Yeah.
gesture? Just throwing.
No, like buckets of like, I don't know. But he got sick from it, right?
Wait, the guy you think is throwing buckets or the guy that touched it?
The guy that touched it.
He got sick, yeah.
Well, okay. Well, that's probably not good then.
He wasn't the only one.
He was the only one that got sick?
He wasn't the only one.
Oh, Nevada's actually really high for serial killers too. Sorry, Nevada. And then Florida, of course.
But multiple citizens and larger animals, like livestock and stuff like that, got sick. It also killed several smaller animals. This event.
Did it like smother them? Or is it bacteria?
No one knows. They apparently never like did an autopsy on these dead animals.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man. Really unwrapping a present here.
So as I said previously, it wasn't just Officer Lacey who witnessed this event. Other people witnessed it too, and other people got sick. One of these people was Sunny Barcliffe and her mother, Dottie Hearn, who lived on a 29-acre farm in Oakville.
Oh, it's another farm thing.
Yeah.
They're like, it was meat and goo.
So it wasn't just like a rain, but like there's a storm that happened. The next day, Dottie and Sunny exited their home. These blobs were everywhere. The house and other buildings on their property were covered in these blobs.
Was it slippery?
You know that?
Because I imagine like people walking out of their house and like slipping.
Slipping.
Like, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
and like
whoa.
everybody's sliding around the
Banana
house, like
peoples.
Crisco's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dottie said she thought the blobs looked like hail. They were small, like that of a grain of rice in size, and translucent. Upon touching the debris, Dottie realized it wasn't hail, but a gelatinous-like material. Dottie soon became sick as well, just like Officer Lacey. He was found the next morning by her daughter Sunny in the bathroom floor. He was cold, covered in sweat, had been vomiting all night with extreme vertigo. Sunny too would also fall ill, but her symptoms were not nearly as severe. This was actually an episode of Unsolved Mysteries, like the original one.
like back in like the 90s.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name again?
Robert
Staff. Stuff?
Stafton.
Stockton? Stuffton. He was cool.
Yeah,
While you're looking
he
at
had a great voice.
Jello is primarily made of gelatin, a protein extracted from skins and bones of certain animals.
Yeah, like, I think horses is one of them. He was Robert Stack. Yeah, Robert Stack.
Yeah, he was cool. But anyway, Jello's
Yeah,
gross.
he was cool.
Robert Stack's cool. Jello's gross. Go ahead. How about he ate Jello and was like, "This is delicious." Unsolved mysteries.
Another person named Beverly Roberts, who also lived in town, witnessed the effects of these mysterious blobs.
Now, these were like buckets? Blobs,
So-
or how big were the blobs?
So they were, like I said, they're the size of rice.
Okay. These little boys, little blob
Little,
boys.
little blobs. But
But that's not that much.
I know Beverly Roberts, she lived in this town. She said that over the course of the incidents, which lasted about 3 to 4 weeks, 12 of her friends' pets died shortly after the blob rain. One day while she was driving, she said she saw 2 gallons worth of blobs on the side of the road
2 gallons?
with a dead raven and a frog nearby.
2 gallons.
2 gallons worth.
Wait, but
Now, this is her estimate.
yeah, did it like,
She didn't like go up and like weigh everything or like grab a bucket. I'm like, this is a 2-gallon bucket.
but
And put
she
all
just saw it like sitting on the road. It wasn't
Out
like
of the
still
road.
separated?
out of the road. Just
Was it in a puddle?
said 2 gallons worth.
Mamma mia.
She decided to collect a sample to take it home with her to study.
Good. Good. Did anybody look on our microscope at this stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. I got lots of questions.
So again, like she's like people are just like, I'm gonna touch this thing and see what it is.
So what year was this again?
94.
Okay, so like they're not like going on Facebook and being like, what is this crap? They're
No.
like, they don't know. Probably they didn't even watch TV, or like maybe they didn't
No,
watch the
yeah,
news
yeah.
that night. Maybe didn't make it to the local news.
Eventually did.
Okay.
Became like a big thing.
I
in the
guess when
area.
people get
national
sick.
thing actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she decides to take a sample home to study. I don't know if she science person like she's
Science person?
She'd be like, I have a microscope at home. I can figure this out.
I had a microscope growing up. I could have figured it out.
But just like Officer Lacey, he put on latex gloves before touching the glob-like substance. So I give her credit for that.
Good.
But also, like the others, she too experienced health issues. The following morning, so it usually takes 24 hours for people to get sick once they come in contact with this thing. She fell while trying to get out of bed due to extreme vertigo. The vertigo was so bad she had to dress herself on the floor and could barely get herself to a doctor. Apparently she still drove to the doctor though.
Do you think it was some of those things where like it was
Hysteria kind of thing.
well, now I think that, but was it like more of a what's it called? Or like it was giving off fumes that made you like the vapors?
Maybe.
The vapors.
But that's the thing. Like, so I thought it might be from skin contact, but they're using latex gloves. And
But they
she's-
might be breathing it in.
Yeah, so maybe that. But like the frog and the raven that she saw had died. I think there was a cat that died too. Maybe
Oh,
maybe they might have went up to this thing and like licked it
yeah.
in
Yeah.
contact with it. So that's maybe why they died. I don't know.
Or this lady ran him over with her car whenever she showed up to pick up the other stuff. She's like, whoa, look at this. And just swerved and like
Excited
hit all this
about it.
stuff. Yeah.
The Beverly eventually gets herself to the doctor, and he tells her it's just an ear problem. Apparently, this is what several doctors told the other victims.
An inner ear problem.
Yeah, I think that can cause vertigo. This experience, shared by many citizens, added to the rising tension in Oakville as residents continue to suffer from unexplained symptoms without any clear answers. Sometimes people became increasingly suspicious of the circumstances surrounding the blobs, particularly because of the lack of information from authorities. The recurring nature of the blob rains over several weeks. And that some of the symptoms not only lasted days or weeks, but even months.
Okay. So do you think that was hysteria?
I don't know. So yeah, what do you think is going on right now? I definitely think it's possible that people are like, "Oh, I saw a blob."
I got the vapors
They
too.
start
and-
panicking and like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 The like
I
the
don't feel well
anxiety
either.
of it or whatever. Like it happens all the time when you hear a commercial like or you hear something, especially on YouTube. Now we all have YouTube and crap. Like you scroll past someone's like, this lady has this horrible scar and she didn't even know she was sick, and then she's in the hospital and almost died. And you're like, dude, I have that.
Yeah.
And you're terrified of getting some really rare form of cancer or something. It's like, no, you're fine, man. Most people don't get this type of crap, but it can happen, and that's what drives you
Sure.
crazy. So I think most people probably have a hysteria type of thing. 2, I don't know what the hell that the blob of crap is.
Yeah.
Like it's clear. It's size of rice.
Yeah.
And it's just plopping down
everywhere.
everywhere in the town.
Yeah.
Just in this town.
Just exactly. That's another thing that's we'll bring up later. Just in this town.
I would think someone bought a drone, got a bucket.
Were there drones back then?
Oh yeah,
94?
they were using drones, predator drones and stuff back in
Yeah, the
Desert
military
Warfare.
was.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Does some schmuck got a hold of one?
Well, they had model planes and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
The actual idea what a drone is been around for a while. I think like like World War One and stuff. Like unmanned. I mean, unmanned flying stuff has been around for a long time. But like when we talked about the airships,
Yeah,
those could have been. Those were also thought of as drones in some cases because they were unmanned.
when was that airship thing?
1800s. It's late 1800s.
That was real.
When was reported.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, gooey stuff falling on the town. I don't know. It seems like something like in a movie,
Definitely does, yeah.
like The Mist or something.
Yeah. But apparently, so these 3 or 4 people came in direct contact where they got sick. I think it's definitely possible that happened to them, but I think maybe the rest of the town might have just been hysterical, maybe.
Yes, definitely.
The local doctor, David Little, who saw Dottie, didn't believe there's a correlation between Dottie's nausea and dizziness to that of the blobs, but rather an inner ear problem or some type of virus. Perhaps it was a disease called, butcher another word here, Meniere's disease.
Okay.
Disease that causes recurring inner ear infections. Dottie was diagnosed with this before she left the hospital 3 or 4 days later. She was in the hospital for 3 to 4 days. They're like, we don't know what's wrong with you. Eventually, they're like, you probably have this disease.
So she's kept on. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she got this ear infection stuff.
Yeah, after she came in contact with this
I mean, that makes
blob thing.
That's
But
raises a flag.
Right, but she also was,
A hypochondriac.
but she had a fever or flu-like symptoms, vertigo. She was vomiting, cold, sweaty.
Ew. Gross. Come on, Dottie.
The problem with that is Dottie only had temporary issues, not ongoing, which is what Meniere's disease is. It's ongoing. So it only lasted for a short time for her, whereas this disease is like the rest of your life kind of thing.
Meniere's disease, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you pronounce it. Regardless, though, Dr. Little did have the samples taken to the hospital's lab where it was determined under a microscope the blobs contain human white blood cells.
See? It is a guy
You need a microscope.
dropping buckets.
White blood cells. And what do white blood cells do?
Fight off infections and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. So Sonny, Dottie's daughter, believed there was she did believe there's a correlation between the blobs and their mother's sudden illness. So she wasn't buying what the doctor said. He's like, she's not buying this is some kind of ear infection. She's like, there's something else going on here. Well, these blobs that my mom touched and whatever's going on with her illness.
So what did she see in the microscopes, though?
Huh?
What did they see in the microscopes?
Just the blobs had white blood cells.
Do animals have white blood cells? So all mammals have white blood cells?
I believe so, yeah.
Huh. This was getting a little weird over here.
So Sonny
Are
sent
you sure you're not just reading one of those, what's that guy? What's that one guy, that author? Wrote The Mist? The Stand?
God.
Brian Adams or something? What's his name?
Brian Adams, the Canadian singer, Stephen King.
Yeah, this has to be Stephen King.
It sounds, it kind of sounds like it.
I mean, I'm sure he wrote 30 books about this, but okay. All right. Sorry.
Sonny sent a sample of the blobs to the hazardous material unit, the Department of Ecology in Washington State, or at Washington State University. There, Mike Osweiler, a scientist, reported finding a number of cells of various sizes and 2 types of unidentified bacteria in the mysterious Oakville blobs. Though the cells lacked nuclei, meaning they could not have been white blood cells.
Wait, what?
Varying things here being reported.
They would look like white blood cells, but they weren't white blood cells.
They lack
the
nuclei,
nucleus.
so they means they couldn't be white blood cells.
They weren't actually cells.
Not white blood cells.
Okay.
So he said there's 2 identified bacteria.
Okay.
He believed the cells came from a dead creature not of human origin.
And this is how we got COVID-19.
Dude, I was going to say that. This is how it started.
Yeah.
Take that, China. We did it first.
Yeah, it wasn't a bat. There was a bunch of bats flying over this town.
Dropping duties.
Yeah, I don't know. Go ahead.
Then microbiologist Mike McDowell at the health department also studied the blobs, identifying 2 bacterial species. Latin words, here we go. Pseudomonas fluorescens and Enterobacter cloacae.
Oh, I'm sure that's right.
Pseudomonas fluorescens is commonly found in soil and water and acts as a biocontrol agent against parasitic fungi.
Fungi. Wait, so that's what that one thing
Yeah.
is?
While
Okay.
Enterobacter cloacae is found in the human digestive system and can counter plant diseases.
Wait, what? Encounter
Can
Payat
Can
diseases?
counter plant diseases. A fungus, or sorry, it's a bacteria found in the human digestive system that counters plant diseases.
Okay.
Both bacteria can potentially cause infection if ingested or if they enter the body through an open wound or orifice.
Ew.
However, when McDonald attempted to revisit the sample after informing his superior, he discovered it was missing.
Oh, come on.
What? So, like, whenever you do, we've done a couple of these where the things just go missing. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like over time, like you move.
Yeah, are we
and,
talking
like,
about
stuff
years
moves
here, or
around.
just
Yeah.
like 5 minutes?
Like-
A couple of days.
So this is later on. We just questioned about this like 30 years later. Or just
30
like,
years later?
I think so, something like that.
He kept it for 30 years and lost it?
I mean, people move. Offices like move.
How do you
and,
keep
like,
it for that long?
I don't
If
know.
it's just goo, did it die? Did it
Disappeared.
yeah, like did it like evaporate?
This disappearance was unprecedented in his 30 years with his department, and management advised him not to ask about it, having the origin and nature of the blobs unresolved. So he's told, don't ask about this. But his
Okay.
claim of saying this is unsubstantiated.
First off, I don't like the word orifice. When you said that, I got the chills.
Yucky.
Yeah. Second, this is a biological weapon being tested on.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna go to theories here. What do you throw some at me? What do you think is going on?
I mean, what's it called?
Orifice.
No, what's it called whenever you like think the government's out to get you? What do you call it?
Conspiracy.
Yeah, I think it's a conspiracy. They're listening.
Where's our
Run.
Where's our tinfoil hats, man?
I don't have tinfoil. I can't afford it. I have plastic wrap hats. Get really sweaty in there.
It's the 5G, man.
That's sad. Is it a conspiracy theorist in me wants to say that it's like they're testing biological weapons?
Mm.
I don't think that's actually what happened.
All right.
Because I mean, when you're testing something like that, like the more people that know, the more people chances it's going to get out.
Oh, for sure.
Eventually,
yeah.
you'd
Like,
hear
you
about
can't
that.
keep that big a secret.
Right. So
But the government's done stuff like kind of not like necessarily like this, but the government's done some stuff before with biological testing and not really told people. It's come out later on. They're like, yeah.
I think by now it'd probably come out, right?
Yeah.
So is it more of some type of, I don't know, for days it rained down and that's it? Never did it again?
Yeah, it happened 5 to 6 times over the course of 3 to 4 weeks, I want to say. Just in this town.
It's so convenient that it's like, was there a guy that lived up on the mountain that had like a big fan he turned
Just
on
blowing.
and this crap just came out? Like,
Blowing.
like what could have caused something like that
Yeah.
to happen only that many times?
Right. And it's not that, I mean, I think the fact that a police officer was even like, yeah, this is weird. Like, what is happening right now is kind of weird. Not, I don't know, like, take that however you will, but like, it wasn't just some like random citizen out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, it's raining stuff on me.
Yeah, you don't got that like the saucer landing people like
Sure.
came over and killed my cows and crap like that. But like, yes, but it wasn't. The more importantly, it's recorded by multiple people.
Yes. Because it wasn't just one instance.
It wasn't
where,
one guy saying this crap happened.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm sure there's
yeah.
probably other people that said it, but credibility is a big thing. Okay, so what do I think? I have no clue.
Okay.
It seems like it's very weird, and
Very weird.
I question even if it's real.
Okay. All right.
I question if like there's like a very easy explanation, like oh these birds fell. It
Well,
was
that-
it was a
that-
mating like
Well,
line.
sure. That's one of the theories that most likely was the one with the Kentucky meat shower. Check that out if you haven't listened or watched it. But like most likely it was vultures regurgitating food as they're flying by
Right.
because they're scared by something.
It don't happen once though.
Exactly. Yeah, this happened multiple
Is this like
times.
the vultures like
Just
baby making
kept coming back.
in the air?
It's
They
their
got,
baby batter.
yeah. I don't know.
All right, here we go. First theory: airplane waste.
But
So Dr. Little, the one that saw Dottie, suggested the blobs may have actually been waste from an airplane to explain the white blood cells. So like so when he had at his hospital these blobs examined under a microscope, they thought there was white blood cells. Now that ended up being contradicted by other agencies, but he's like, okay, so maybe airplane was flying by, it dumped out the toilets.
literally dumped
Yeah.
out, yeah.
And that's maybe what caused this.
But 3 days or for 3 weeks?
Right.
So is a flight path change? It's like there's very specific flight
It's the same
paths.
it's the same plane.
Yeah, just back and forth. Like
So there's a
we got to get rid of it. We got to get rid
there's
of
some
it.
pilot just like, I hate someone in this town. I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
dumping
Yeah, my
the toilets
ex-wife's
on
house.
them.
Yeah.
You may take all my money, but I'm gonna dump all over you.
Yeah, but like flight paths are very specific
Yes.
when it comes to airlines
Very.
and stuff. That planes would be that big enough to dump that much
But
waste.
again, like even if it just happened once or even like 4 or 5, 6 times, it would still either keep happening, right? If they were doing that.
right. Would it be, unless a flight path changed
Maybe.
because of some reason, what if, call me,
Where are we going?
it's a like shady underground thing where like we got to get rid of the body. And so they kept on like just driving, just dumping little bits out every time they flew by.
That's what I would do.
Didn't Andy Dufresne do that?
Eddie
in
Dufresne.
Shawshank Redemption, whenever he's taking the rocks outside.
He wasn't throwing bodies outside.
No, but he put the rocks in his
Sure, yeah,
pants, to get rid of them.
But wouldn't like the FAA like notice this plane keeps coming by and like dumping stuff?
Well, they wouldn't know it was dumping, but
Well,
they'd
not
see
dumping
when the
stuff, but
plane
like-
was flying.
yeah, yeah.
They could go back and look and be like, yeah, this guy was here.
Yeah.
But
Flight logs, like landing logs, takeoff logs.
well, yeah,
They're
that's
like,
all. It's all public knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd be pretty funny if it was a guy just like dumping the business out.
But what business? It's just like these little tiny gelatinous looking
Or, like,
translucent
I don't know,
things.
maybe grind it up in the plane and dumped
Yeah.
it out. And I don't know. I don't know how planes get rid of waste. I
Just-
thought they had to store it.
He's just like throwing it through like the engine as he's flying by.
Yeah, he's just
The
like,
propellers, just like chop it up.
yeah.
But Dr. Little theorized that the planes use antifreeze in their waste systems, which would cause Dottie to get sick.
Okay.
If he touches this thing, like, but she's not eating it though, so why would it make her sick? So this was brought up to the FAA, which is the Federal Aviation Administration here in the United States. They kind of the government body that oversees flights, airplanes, stuff
Airspace
Yeah,
around the United States.
Thank you. This was brought up to them. They said though that they dye the toilets blue, which if the toilet waste was the culprit, the blobs would in turn have to be blue, but they weren't. So they're like, we don't use I don't know if they use antifreeze or not, but like the toilet water
Yeah.
is
I don't
blue.
think it's antifreeze, but yeah.
I doubt it'd be antifreeze. But if the toilet water is blue, then what's coming on the ground, wouldn't that be blue in turn? But it wasn't. It was like this translucent, whitish kind of thing.
Mhm.
Things. There's a bunch of it. Apparently 2
Okay.
gallons in one spot.
Maybe maybe it was too different, like one end and the other end.
Oh.
You
Mile High Club, baby.
Yeah, that's a lot in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
3 weeks.
A lot of jet setting.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so
All right, that's one. What do you think of that one?
they said it was from a plane.
Yeah, the doctor was like, hey, couldn't really come up, like, he originally was like this people, and this woman in particular just have an inner ear infection. But he kept being pressed. He's like, I don't know, maybe planes are dumping their
Or
toilets.
waste. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that seems a little far fetched.
Yeah.
But who knows at this point? What
Yeah.
else could it be?
Here we go.
Okay.
Glad you asked, Chris. Another thing could be jellyfish.
Who?
Another theory,
The jellyfish that what go in the ocean?
yeah, is they're really aliens.
Oh.
Another theory points to jellyfish as a true identity of the Oakville Blobs. It is a fact, and this is the Air Force came out and said this, the fact that the United States Air Force was conducting bombing runs 50 miles away in the Pacific Ocean. Because again, this town's right near the coast.
And they were blowing the jellyfish up in the sky?
So it's believed by some that these bombings may have caused jellyfish or parts of jellyfish be dispersed into rain clouds carrying over Oakville, thus running down onto the town.
That makes sense.
And some of these people are like,
sounds horrifying.
there is, so some are like, these are white human blood cells, but then they're like, no. Like that one guy was like, these are dead cells of something that's not human. I mean, it is biological though. Maybe they're like, maybe that's it.
Okay. I mean, it seems like there's grasping for straws, but
sure.
That's gross.
Yeah. Poor jellyfish.
Little jellyfish getting destroyed. But like,
hey, maybe they were like, let's drain the ocean. Let's just keep bombing until.
Oh yeah, I hate the jellyfish. Screw them. I hate them. Drain them out.
Drain the ocean.
Yeah, jellyfish scary.
They're weird, man.
And gross.
I think they're one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in like the whole animal kingdom thing.
I don't know.
They're weird.
Yeah,
I don't understand like
how
they're. It's weird. I'm
not
saying they're aliens.
It's like a floating brain.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
Yes, yeah.
Gross.
No, it's gross.
What if we all turn into jellyfish when we die?
I mean, don't some jellyfish live for like ever? Or they like technically?
I'm not a jellyfishologist.
Might be immortal. Some of these like species jellyfish.
Good for them. I still want to burn them down.
Well, you also want to be immortal though.
Not like that. No. If they said, okay, you could be, that'd be like one of those genie things where like I make a wish.
Oh, like a monkey's paw kind of thing.
Who? No, genie. Like from Aladdin.
No, a genie.
Not a monkey.
It's pronounced genie.
Not a monkey.
No.
Not an orangutan.
Oh, you got to make sure I use the right term here. No, it's a monkey's paw where like you wish for something, but like it's turned on you. It's not like the wish comes true, but it's like in a weird, messed up way because you didn't say what you wanted exactly.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Cool.
Do you like actually murder a monkey and take their arm? Is that how you get wishes?
I hope not.
Yeah, but like, is that how you get wishes?
Because
there's probably a zoo around here we can hit up.
There's a 30-minute movie on YouTube called Monkey's Paw.
Yeah, but is that just like
the Monkey's Paw? It's a horror story by English author W.W. Jacobs.
Was this on The Simpsons?
They did an episode of that. It was I think
Treehouse of Horrors.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm not talking about that.
But it grants wishes, but the idea is like it skews your wish.
So if you said, so I think we talked about this in a previous episode. If I want to be taller, the gene just makes everybody else on Earth shorter.
Yes, so something like that. Yeah.
What was I going with that?
I don't know. The jellyfish.
Jellyfishes.
Thing. Yeah. You said you want to be more, but they turn you into a jellyfish.
Yeah, I would say no.
No.
No, monkey's paw, get out of here. You're weird. Why are you floating?
Why are you afloat?
No jellyfish. Hate them all. Kill them. What do they do for us? They probably do something like really serious.
I wonder if anything actually eats jellyfish. Like they have a natural predator.
Jellyfish? No. What's the fish?
Is that why they're immortal? Because nothing eats them?
What do they eat? They eat? Can they eat? Who do they eat? What do they eat?
All right, so
wait.
Good.
Is there like is this like don't certain cultures eat like blowfish or something? It's a really bad, really dangerous to eat them because they're
because it could be super poisonous if they're not prepared the right way. Yeah.
You think there's people that eat jellyfish? I mean, the only interaction I've ever had with jellyfish is like the only thing I know about jellyfish I learned from Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
That's all I got. End of story.
What'd you learn?
The clownfish can't be zapped by him that bad, but Dory can.
All right. Thanks, Disney.
Yeah.
The problem with this theory is if in fact this happened, why did these jellyfish or parts of jellyfish just rain down in Oakville, not anywhere else around?
Yeah.
Also, there's only one day that it is bombing. Why this continue to happen for?
Well, if it sucked up all the rain,
5 to 6 more times over a period of several weeks.
Sucked up all the water.
But over a period of like several weeks, though, 4 or 5 weeks.
How long are they holding them up there? I don't know. I mean, isn't there like stories about fish that are like rained down?
Yeah, but it only happens like once.
Oh, right. Okay.
But
One storm.
Yeah, this only happened in one town. So kind of like
The jellyfish eat small organisms.
what?
Fish larvae, shrimp,
Okay.
tiny crustaceans like krill and
Graham?
cephalopods.
Cephalopods?
There's no L.
Oh, I don't know.
Amphipods, shrimp, small shrimp-like organisms called amphipods, tiny plants and algae, other jellyfish. They have oral arms.
They have what?
Oral arms
That mean they eat with
to
their
waft
hand?
the food in towards their mouth,
That's they don't eat with their arms.
which is also their anus.
Their mouth is their anus?
Yeah.
Their orifice?
Yes.
Huh. They're weird, man.
That's pretty gross.
All right, so the next one is you brought this up earlier. Well, I'm glad that you did. Next theory is it could be a military experiment or biological testing.
Yeah.
One of the most popular theories among locals is that the blobs were a result of military experiment gone wrong or a form of biological testing conducted by the government or military.
How'd it go wrong?
Because people like ended up in the town and people got sick.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess you got me there.
This theory is partially fueled by reports of an increased military presence around Oakville at the time of the blob incidents, like planes flying, bombing stuff. U.S. military has conducted tests on biological agents in the past. So some speculate that the blobs could have been part of a testing involving biological material or agents. The mysterious disappearance of the blob sample from Mike McDowell's lab, along with the management's cryptic instruction not to ask when he asked about what happened to them, added to suspicions of government involvement.
Okay. So
Remember, he's like, hey, what happened to this thing? They're like, don't ask. The fact that the military is doing testing.
It sounds like his
testing.
boss like accidentally knocked it off the table and he's like, oh crap, this
Ask.
or he ate it. He's like, it's so delicious.
Yep.
No. That's like the conspiracy theory.
Sure, yes, 100%.
They actually do military testing, and if they did, how'd they not cover it up better?
Right.
They shouldn't have been going out there like, hey people, get off the road.
Yeah.
Like, hey lady, don't touch that.
Right.
When the cop heard about it, like heard it from the military,
I don't know if the cop necessarily would, but like, I don't know.
But
it just seems very.
That lady just disappeared after
far-fetched.
she went to the doctors.
Never seen again.
Yeah. All right. That's conspiracy theory. Yes.
Yeah. Another one is it could be environmental pollution or industrial waste.
That's a good one. Like some factories like turned it on hyperdrive and shot it straight up in the air.
Yeah, this waste or pollution could have entered the atmosphere and rained down on Oakville. This theory suggests that the blobs could have originated from nearby factories or industrial facilities. Pseudomonas fluorescens, and the other one I can't pronounce, are the two bacteria that were found in the blobs, are sometimes associated with water, soil, and agricultural environments, leading to speculation that the blobs could be related to agricultural runoff or industrial byproducts.
Yeah, it makes sense if they're like producing something that's industrial.
Yep.
I mean, like agricultural.
Yeah.
Like it could have been blown into the wind, but why didn't they do it for 3 weeks?
Exactly. And also, there's been no evidence of any industrial incident that could have caused the blobs and nearby factories or facilities did not report any relevant accidents or spills at the time.
Of course they didn't want to.
Why
They
would
didn't
they
get sued.
Yeah, of course why would they mention that?
Oh crap! We made a bunch of mistakes. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, cover it up.
Never happened. Shoot anybody that says otherwise.
I think this might be that for me. It might be the most likely one.
But also, if that was true, someone from that company would have spilled the beans.
Oh, right. At some point, yeah.
There's some like low level guy
Yeah.
who was like, "Oh yeah, we did that."
Yeah.
Because we're
I
dumb.
didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Eventually
had-
it
I
came out
mean,
at some point.
It definitely would have came out if it was like a factory thing. You can't keep that kind of stuff secret.
No. All right.
Maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe it happens all the time. We just don't know.
Yeah, it's a bunch. Well, these corporations have like tons of money and like cover stuff up like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of like factories are out there.
That's what I mean. Like we don't know the
Anytime.
kind of like. Did someone look on a map and say like, "Here's the town. Here's a factory. The
Yeah.
wind was blowing this way."
Yeah. I don't know.
Whenever this thing shot up, like maybe they're turning a factory on for the first time. They're blowing out all like when you buy something new, like a new heater or something, you're like, "Oh, it stinks."
Yeah.
New brakes, you're like, "Ooh."
Or you turn your heater on for the first time.
Yeah.
You're just
And you're like, "Oh, that crap's all."
no.
Yeah.
We die. All right, the last one. I feel like I've seen this in one or two of the other podcasts we've done, like another episode we've done. Could be wrong. The last theory is aerial jelly or star jelly phenomenon. Have we brought something like that before?
I don't think so. But
No.
I mean, I think I know which. Is this about something to do with the spider webs that rain down on town or something? We might talk about that in the future. Never mind.
So some believe the blobs are a form of star jelly, a phenomenon in which gelatinous materials are sometimes reported to fall from the sky. This phenomenon is often attributed to fungi, spores, frog spawn, or slime mold. It can sometimes be mistaken for a gelatinous mass.
Ew.
Reports of jelly-like substances falling from the sky go back centuries to the 14th century, actually. They've been documented in various cultures, leading some to think that Oakville Blobs might fit in this pattern. Old folklore states that the star jelly is a substance that fall during meteor showers.
What?
So way back when people were like, "Oh, it's a meteor," and like they think like this stuff is falling off of meteors.
Is it like maybe something like that's burning up off the meteor?
I think that since then that's been disproven by science.
Okay.
So like that's not the case.
Not
But
possible.
so they're
It's so
saying,
hot.
yeah. So they're saying now it might be it could be some kind of fungi or fungal spores, frog spawn, or slime mold.
They get like shot up in the air somehow.
It's either already on the ground, but it doesn't actually like come to until like heavy rain happens.
Oh,
There's
so it's already
some
there.
some kind of like reaction happens. I tried looking more into this, and even with this star jelly or aero jelly, people are still like science itself. It seems the brief time I looked at it, seems like they still don't quite understand what this star jelly stuff could be.
I mean, you think about like trees.
Like separate from this incident, like this whole star jelly thing is a whole different kind of phenomenon and like
Okay.
mystery.
So when you think about trees, especially in the fall or like even in the spring when stuff's starting to grow, like there's a part of our yard with like kids stuff that like it's covered in junk, and as
Yeah.
soon as it rains, it turns like the slipperiest crap in the world. And it's just stuff that's falling off the tree,
Sure.
like almost like sap, like
Yeah.
except the opposite of it.
Yeah.
So it could it have been like is this is like a rural area?
Yeah.
Could have been I guess they would have seen it like before. Like could have been. Is there a perfect amount of like things that happen? Like it's really dry for a certain amount of time, and
Yeah.
these trees are trying to like grow and flower, and then like that stuff, the wind blows a certain way, it blows that crap on everybody's stuff, and then it rains a lot, and then kills the cats apparently, or a cat and a frog.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know because like either saying it comes from the sky or it's already on the ground and it rains and this materializes, not materializes, but like kind of.
Because he said it was, they had a lot, the stuff in it that they saw was biological in nature.
Yeah. But if some people are saying this stuff is already on the ground and it doesn't like show up until it rains, the only problem with that is Officer Lacey actually saw this stuff raining down on his car.
Or did he see water raining down and is reacting with that stuff that's already on his car?
Maybe. I feel like you would have seen it though.
Seen what?
Stuff on his car.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Maybe.
Never mind.
Maybe.
You just blew up my whole argument.
So apparently the blobs were tested again. They've found no nuclei, which makes them different from common examples of star jelly. Again, I don't.
So star jelly has nuclei in it?
Apparently,
What?
Traditional star jelly usually does not appear in large quantities or repeatedly over several weeks. So usually when people see star jelly, it's just like it's on a tree and it's a log in the middle of the forest.
Oh, okay.
But this is like all over town, like 20 acres worth.
Star jelly
Or
and a
20
log in
miles
the
worth.
forest, huh? Hey, Jim Bob, did you find that star jelly out there?
The picture, when I was trying to figure out what star jelly actually is, they're showing pictures. It looks like it's like a heavily forested area. It's on like some moss.
Weird. Star jelly. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Maybe think of Breath of the Wild. Remember occasionally you see like the falling star come down.
Oh, yeah.
You like run and find it.
Yeah.
Remind me of that. Yep. That's it.
That's all you got?
That's all. Yeah.
Star jelly.
Star jelly.
And a bunch of
boy.
questions. Okay. So,
What do you think?
you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I want to say the easiest answer is also the most conspiratorial.
Mhm.
Like they were testing something and it went awry.
But testing what, you
A
think?
biological weapon, a biological agent, or something they were using to, if there was a biological attack on America's soil, this is the stuff they would spread to like stop whatever that was attacked with. We were attacked with. Because I mean, early '90s, whenever there's a lot of stuff going on with. Well, I guess the Cold War was over, but like,
Yeah, there's still some lingering things going
but
on.
like
there.
also was whenever isn't that the first time? What's his name attacked Twin Towers? Bin Laden. Like, there's stuff going on in the Middle East. They're probably starting to boil
Yeah.
up shortly. So maybe there's like they were testing a way to, if we get bombed with this nuclear agent, here's what we drop, or not nuclear agent, maybe this really popular chemical agent that people are putting in weapons. And if we get bombed by it, here's how we would disinfect everything.
Yeah.
And it just went wrong
Do you
because people
think-
got sick from it.
Do you think maybe them bombing like out in the Pacific Ocean was like a cover?
Maybe. Yeah, for military operations.
Like to like, so say maybe like they did actually fly over, drop some stuff, or actually drop some stuff. Like, hey, let's have a plane out in the ocean just bombing the water to like.
Or maybe they're actually testing this thing out in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it blew, the winds kicked up wrong, and they had to make up some crap out. They had to make up something up. This is actually something they were testing in the ocean.
Because people are like, why are they in the ocean, right? Why are they blowing stuff up in the ocean right now?
Maybe this might have been like just
decoy.
No, this may have been something from that they just made up. Like, that happened, but then the wind blew the wrong way, and they didn't expect it to act that way. It was like an unintentional response. Now, that's my conspiratorial take.
All right.
I think it was probably already in the ground.
Yeah.
And the rain kind of reactivated. Or it was falling out of the trees as the rain went through the trees.
Sure.
It was it was just a little higher up.
The only thing my problem with that is that, like I said, the officer was like, it's raining on my car. But like you said, maybe it was already on his car and wasn't reacting until the rain hit it.
Or maybe he was driving under trees and it fell out of the trees.
Maybe,
and the water was going through the
But
trees.
why so much of it though? Because usually the star jelly is like isolated one time kind of occurrence thing. If it isn't even a thing, like
it's killing. So I guess it probably wouldn't be like that though. What did you say it was made up? They said it was made up of something that was in the ground or in plant material.
The star jelly stuff?
No, the other stuff. The like original crap that they found in the jelly crap.
Oh, that Pseudomonas fluorescens thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes especially with water, soil, and agricultural environments. Like it's not usually, but it can be found in or attributed to water and soil.
I'm gonna say that it's okay. I'm changing my thought. It was an agricultural thing. They were producing something industrial for agricultural use,
like a pesticide, maybe kind of thing, maybe or like
or fertilizer.
Yeah,
and things went wrong.
What was it? One pesticide, not pesticide, but like that home, like on the market, you go buy, like, hey, by the way, don't spray this on weeds because like it'll give you cancer.
Oh, Monsanto. Maybe they were doing something like that. Maybe someone was doing something like that. Or don't they spray for mosquitoes and crap? Like whenever there's mosquito outbreaks.
Yeah.
They'll like
Sure,
spray
yeah.
Like actually spray areas, like large areas.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something like that, like a plane flying. Or maybe it was something like plane was flying over, dropping the stuff that was like to kill mosquitoes. Like they were testing it to kill mosquito populations.
Wouldn't that be known though?
Yeah, I would think it would be known. So I would think it was an agricultural accident, industrial accident that the factory was messing up or something. Some kind of scrubber wasn't turned on or something in their pipeline of
blown out.
Yeah, and so they just did not stop manufacturing until they fixed it. Like they eventually fixed it.
Yeah.
But then we're going to tell anybody about it. I would think it would come out eventually, but maybe they just kept it quiet.
Unless
Maybe
unless that
like two people knew.
The only way I think that could be the case of that company or whatever that places that did that accident had so much power in that community, like as a big source of jobs.
Yeah.
That even if someone did know on the lower level, like we can't let this go because like I'll lose my job.
Yeah.
We'll lose the job.
Yeah.
This factory will go away.
Or they all end up buried somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, no, I would say it's probably some type of industrial thing that maybe no one even realized happened. Maybe they didn't even know it was happening because it was just like some freak thing that someone like leaned on a wrong switch for a second.
Meh, meh, meh.
Yeah.
Like, I brought this up before the Kentucky meat ring thing, but remember like acid rain was like its
Oh yeah, everybody was
issue?
terrified of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like it doesn't.
It has something to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like a huge thing when we were kids.
Yeah,
People,
that was huge, man.
Everybody's like acid rain.
Yeah.
And now I don't hear it ever again because
No.
I think they determined that it really wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was just like how water actually worked.
Sure.
Like water generally at high pH in some cases. But then also they said,
or we just have better like regulations.
I think it's a combination of both. I mean, they cleaned up a lot of our industrial processes.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been one of those things where like the government was raising a bunch of stink about it so they can get some stuff passed, as they do in some cases.
Yeah.
But we heard a lot about the hole in the ozone layer when I was growing up, and that's not a thing anymore. People don't talk about that anymore.
Well, I think it's because it started like, I don't know what term.
I heard that the story was like it healed itself or something.
I don't know how that works, but
yeah,
we're not science. We don't know this stuff.
I'm not saying it did or did not.
Space lasers. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there are certain things of all these theories. I'm like, I could see that. I could see the conspiracy side. I could see like some pollutant came out from some like industrial mishap, but there's always like, this doesn't really fit line with this. Like you said, with it was an industrial thing. Somebody would have
crap. Sorry.
Somebody would have came forward, even if it was an accidental military thing. Again, someone might have.
I mean that
came forward.
That military thing would have been easier to hide than industrial thing.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Because like you probably only had a very few amount of people that were working on something like that, where you release something into the population.
It's like the star jelly thing. I don't quite understand that to begin with. It doesn't seem like anyone really does, but because of that might make more sense. I don't know.
Well, you won't get the answer here, that's for sure. Jordan, thank you for bringing us.
We just present more questions.
We just make it worse, as I said many times. Jordan, thank you for bringing this to our attention.
Hey, thanks, Chris.
Thank you for being here, and thank you out there for being here. If you want to help us out, you can follow us, subscribe to us, whatever you're doing, give us a thumbs up, whatever it is. And you can also find us on any social media platform, pretty much X, Instagram, all that stuff's in the show notes. And it's also on our website at mysteriouspals.com. That's mysteriouspals.com. You can also email us at mysteriouspalsonline@gmail.com if you have questions. We'd love to hear it, or suggestions for future episodes. And I think that is it, right?
Yeah.
Music by
Bethlehem. Thank you, Bethlehem.
And you can find them at their Bandcamp, which you can find in the show notes. Next week, we will be back with another fabulous, fantastic episode of Mysterious Pals.
Ooh.
Jordan, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for listening, everybody, or watching.
Or however you're getting this crap. We will see you next week. Same mysterious time, same mysterious place, same mysterious pals. We love you and good night.